set up in the blind out here on one of Adam's property. I've got my 10 gauge BPS brownie. We're gonna go and use that on the turkey. It's about 5:45, so we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, so Moe's done more rifle hunting than anything, and there's obviously a huge difference. I mean, one, you can get them 500-600 yards, and the other, you need them 30-40 yards. So I think he thought it was gonna be as simple as, well, let's just pick a night and we'll go shoot a turkey, and then we'll run out the next morning, you know, and shoot a deer. It's not quite as simple.
My name is Moe Cason. I love barbecue. That's my MO. Managing a fire, flavors, textures, smells. I always was fascinated by it. I'm out here with my buddy Bob.
I am BBQ Bob Trudnak. Thrilled to be here.
Woo! I like shooting. And I like hunting.
Click, click.
Heart was just pounding.
I'm just shaking. It's awesome.
We're gonna do a little pheasant hunting. I got that. What's up, boy?
Get the hell out of here. You caught fish already.
Take your butt back to Pennsylvania, boy. Learn cooking techniques, recipes, how to field strip a deer, and even prep wild turkey. It's gonna be a great experience.
We're gonna do it Moe style. So out here again this morning, out here in a plot, weeding alfalfa. We're waiting for these turkeys to come out of the roost, and hopefully we'll get back a turkey today. Trying to get a big talon, hopefully, but if we get a hen, so be it. See if we can bag some meat.
And I think Moe might have been educated on that and probably humbled a little bit, but he did get it done. Moe got him a turkey.
Iowa style, baby. Brownie BPS 10 gauge, come on, man. Nelly, she never misses. You wanted to get something with the 10 gauge, didn't you? I did. I'm gonna smoke these bad boys up, put a $14 Brine on them. Happy Thanksgiving. That's right. We're gonna do it right.
We got a little sample of Moe's turkey today. Lights out. If you ever thought that wild turkey could not taste good, I urge you to get a hold of Moe's recipe and follow that to a T, and you will not be disappointed.
Hey, this episode we're gonna be doing wild turkey. I was able to come down here to the E3 Ranch, went out with my good friend DJ, the E3 biologist, went out, shot a nice turkey. So now we're gonna prep this turkey up. I'm gonna do a couple steps on it. First thing we're gonna do is that we cleaned the turkey, gutted it, plucked it, and we cut the whole breast out of this turkey. The next thing you know, we're gonna do a brine, and then we're gonna smoke it. And then once I get this turkey to about 160 degrees, we're gonna flash fry them to get the skin on the outside crispy. And that's that's actually awesome. It's just like having fried chicken, but you got fried turkey. But also you get the benefits of the smoke flavor from the smoker. So it's just a win-win everywhere.
Sounds great.
So I got brown sugar, I've got coarse sea salt, I've got agave nectar, I've got garlic with hot sauce, and I've got shallots, ground allspice berries, and I've got bay leaves. All these things are going to give a lot of depth and flavor to this brine. This turkey is going to be just delicious. It's going to be moist, it's going to be tender, and it's going to have a great flavor on the back end and the front end.
And what does the agave nectar do that the brown sugar doesn't?
Agave will give this turkey a little sheen as you're cooking it in the smoker. And all you're doing with this, you're going to get it up to boil, which I have now. And then I'm going to turn it down to a low simmer. And I'm doing that just to get all the flavors to meld. So it's gonna be about 20 minutes at a simmer. And then I'm gonna cool this brine, because you do not want to take your poultry or your turkey or whatever and you want to drop it in a hot brine, because it's gonna instantly start cooking. So you want to obviously cool your brine down and then add your meat later.
How long do you typically brine a turkey?
You can go from 6 hours all the way to 14 hours. The way my brine is set up, it doesn't over salt the bird, which is nice. A lot of brines, you get a lot of heavy salt and you can only have it in there for a few hours. This is made to set up to where you can adjust it from 6 to 14 hours. So you're gonna hit all the flavor notes. It's gonna be a little sweet, it's gonna be a little salty, and it's gonna be savory with all the, like, you know, the bay leaves, the shallots, the allspice berries. That's just a wonderful smell, and it just says Thanksgiving to me.
Sure does.
So now I got all my ingredients in there, and I'll let it cook down for about 20 minutes, and then it's done. If it's cold outside like today, you just set it out there on the porch and let it just cool down. Another trick to do is to take, put it in a bigger container, take a big heavy-duty Ziploc bag, fill it with ice, and put it in the container so that the ice does not dilute the brine, but you're able to shock it and get it cold. But you just got to get it cold enough so where, therefore, when you put your birds in there, you're not cooking the meat. You're just absolutely just brining it, because I want the brown sugar and the salt to get out of crystal form and just, you know, be part of the liquid. I'm going to inject these turkey breasts. Now, it's not necessary to do that, but I want to add a little more savoriness to this turkey breast, this wild turkey breast. So what this is just about 40 ounces of chicken broth. I added some competition chicken injection to the mix, and we're just going to whisk it up, and this is about a 1/4 cup of injection. And then I'm going to take about a 1/2 cup of our brine, just skim it at the top so you're not getting any solids. That's all you need to do. And that's going to give the interior of this turkey breast a really great flavor. It's going to be savory. It's going to have all the notes of this brine, because the brine's only going to penetrate maybe a 1/4 of an inch of that meat. So you need to get some flavor down in the deep tissues, and this injection will do that. So you can just use a handheld one like this one is. This one's a little more fancier, but they got just the ones you can buy at the grocery stores. You just come in here and pump this bad boy up. So now, we're gonna take our turkey, we're gonna gently put it in a Ziploc bag. Now we have toothpicks in the skin just to kind of keep it attached to the turkey breast meat. So be careful, sometimes you might need a double bag. We're gonna take this brine, and then we're gonna add it. Now this is gonna go into the refrigerator, and it's gonna sit about 6 hours. Then we're gonna take it out, and then we're gonna season it with my rub, and we're gonna put it on the smoker. Welcome back. Hey, we got these beautiful wild turkey breasts. They were in the brine for about 6 hours. They look great, don't they, Bob? Oh my God, they're beautiful. Man, we're gonna actually put some oil on them. I like to use a little bit of canola oil. This is spray canola oil. I like using the spray form because it kind of sprays out real nice and even. Next, you put a nice, now you can use any kind of rub you want to use. This is Moe Cason chicken rub, which complements poultry very well. A great depth. Got a little cayenne in it, so it's got a little pop to it, but it kind of fades out during the long cook, which ends up being a perfect balance. Like I said, I'm gonna put these in. They're not that big, so they're not gonna take that long to cook. I'm gonna say they're gonna take a couple hours to cook. I got the pit set at 270, it might be 3 hours. We'll kind of play it by ear and see what she does, but I got the pit set at 270. It's gonna be a fantastic, tasty bird when it's done.
Yes, it is.
Now it's time to make some sides. One of these sides I make this on the regular at home. I make it when I'm doing vending events. It's simple, it's delicious, it's called cheesy corn. All you need to have is a couple bags of frozen corn, a half pan, 2 packages of cream cheese, and 4 sticks of unsalted butter. And the kicker is Adding seasoning, I use my pork rub, which is salt, pepper, really awesome goodness, goes great with corn. You can taste it afterwards, but you're just taking some rub, putting on top, and then you just take a foil sheet like this and cover it. Now you can cook this in your oven, you can cook it in your smoker. It doesn't really matter on your temp. I like to use about 275 degrees or 300 degrees when cooking this corn. Make sure it's not directly over like a hot fire because you do not want to scorch the corn. It's frozen, so it's got a lot of water, frozen water with it. That's going to help a little bit, but you don't want it too hot because it can actually scorch the corn.
It's a nice, easy, simple dish.
It's a simple one. It's absolutely delicious. We're just going to slide this bad boy in the top shelf of the shotgun. And all you're doing is just cooking the butter and the cream cheese to where it's melted real nice and the corn is not frozen anymore. Then you can take a spatula. Once you have achieved the butter and the cream cheese melted, you just kind of incorporate all the flavors together and you can actually taste it. And if you want a little more seasoning, sprinkle a little more seasoning on there. But man, that combination with the butter and the cream cheese and the corn, people are going to love it. Our next side dish we're going to make Hasselback baked potatoes. Hasselback baked potatoes have a great look to them, very simple to make. What you do is you take a potato and you're actually slitting it down in a consistent manner throughout the potato. But a good tip that you want to do if you're going to make Hasselback potatoes is take a couple pencils or pen, and this will give you a consistent cut throughout the potato. If you didn't have that and it was really good, you can actually cut these potatoes down because you want to get them close to where they're almost all the way through so you can open it up. So if you take a pen or a pencil and stick it on each side, as you're cutting, you know you're not going to cut all the way through. You'll hit the pen or the pencil and that'll be consistent throughout. So it's a nice little tip. And then you're kind of fanning it open and sticking compound butter, regular butter, whatever you want. And then you can put some herbs in the butter or you can sprinkle it afterwards and you add a little seasoning, you wrap it up and you stick it in the oven just like you're doing a baked potato. So just like that. And then you just take your herbs, put some herbs in there, just like that. And take a little bit of rub. This is just my Texas Biscuit rub, is just salt, pepper, and garlic. And then you take the foil and just throw them in the oven or throw them in the smoker. And you just cook it like a baked potato. Like to go 350 and you just cook it until the baked potato, you take a toothpick and it's like a knife through hot butter. That's when you know it's done. So now we have our wild turkey breasts. They've reached 150 degrees off the pellet smoker. And I've got the peanut oil set at 350. So we're gonna drop them in the basket and we're gonna flash fry them for a few minutes just to get the skin crispy. And then that'll be the finished process for these wild turkey breasts. I'm gonna do these one at a time so I can micromanage the cook.
Oh, wow. That is beautiful. Look at the color on that.
Look how pretty that is.
That is amazing.
That's what happens when you just hit that flash fry. It's just beautiful. So I have these brine smoked wild turkey breasts. We put a flash fry on them at the end. So we got our cheesy corn and we got our Hasselback baked potatoes. It's gonna complete this beautiful dish. We'll let them rest for about 10 minutes and then they'll be ready to eat. It's awesome to be able to be asked to do something like this.
And to all our military and especially your families, thank you guys so much for what you do. And that, honestly, that doesn't even, thank you doesn't feel like enough. I don't know what else I can possibly say other than we're praying for you. I hope you enjoy these episodes. Just know that you got a lot of people over here rooting for you, pulling for you, and appreciate what you guys go do for us. So thank you.